That's like, I don't know, it's like 90 seconds at least, right? It's like a 90-second thing. Alright. Oh yeah. So glad I opened that window. I just couldn't open it up earlier because...
Josh, is that you?
Alex.
It was still a little bit too warm. Can't really help with the humidity, but it's like 80 Fahrenheit. It's probably warmer in this room. It's probably more like 82, 83. Wow. That is why I am not streaming with the cam on. I am playing in the dark, shirtless. Which I guess is appropriate, right, for this game, but, you know, be that as it may. The dark part, playing this game shirtless, I don't know if that really follows, but too hot for the camera. It's true. It's true. It's true. Too hot for the camera. Can help when you're, you know, like, the idea of, oh yeah, I'm also gonna light up my room and run the camera equipment, like, no. And have to wear a shirt then. Forget about it. It's just a big no from me, dog. I would like to finish one more run tonight and not get stuck in the walls of the house. Truly the hell house. No. I was really hoping that touching the back of the gurney would let you just activate this, but you have to get past the gurney, unfortunately. That would be a really cool little trick. But no. No, and I'm sure I am not the first person to try that, because there's just not a whole lot going on here. So you just say, I'll try this, I'll try that. This actually is a bit of tech, though. So, if this bug gets on me, which it does, I can now cancel out a roll animation and save 5 seconds, which is pretty nice. So check this out. You just show up at the bottom. So that's cool. That's some tech. Very limited amount of tech in the start of this area. See, I got stabbed. Should turn off the light. Make it right. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, I don't know. Still there, Joe, but a few months ago I got the
Joshua, is that you?
record in Lost Odyssey.
What are you doing here?
Well, sub 6 hour.
How did you get here?
Someone brought me here.
Was,
They told me Robbie was here.
that was too hot.
They lied.
Is there anything I can do?
I do want to do New Game Plus again, but
I want my toy.
I don't really have the time for it right now.
Guess you're not my friend.
Okay, I'll go see if I can find it.
Sub 5 is... Oops, did not mean to do that. It is jammed. Feeling pretty jammed up. Okay, that one you could just run for it, but I don't know if he warps. Does he warp? So he warps, there's like no reason to roll. Yeah, he warps. Whoa. Hold off my thumbstick by accident. I do a lot of like index finger steering with the camera this run. It's like you need to like do things while turning the camera. So, bit of a thing. A lot of finger gymnastics going on, but especially if you don't have an Elite 2 controller, this is such a pay-to-win freaking game. You need a series console. You'd prefer to have an Elite 2 controller and auto HDR, or you have to be able to like artificially brighten your display. So ideally you're running this on a, well, I guess there's HDR on a like 1440p maybe, but I don't know if the Xbox actually allows you to run auto HDR that way. I think you need 4K, but I don't know. Auto HDR isn't really necessary. It's just something I figured out, like, oh, if you play in auto HDR, the brightness isn't so trash. It does get a bit weird though, because like I noticed when you're playing as young Alex, the flashlight hits his wrist in a weird way. It looks like like the rest of his skin has a tan, and his like wrist is not tanned. It started kind of funny. That is Alex's theme, by the way. It is very much about Alex. Like, lyrics are not pretty plain as far as like they're not like hiding anything. It's still a nice little track though. You only hear that snippet in the game though. Home. Coming.
Feels strange to be back here again.
Here's a fun thing. You can't hold an input while trying to unpause. It just won't work.
Hello? Huh, that's strange.
Another wonderful thing about this game. Turning too much. Come on. Wow, okay. I was too far right. Never mind, this is the hardest clip in the game. What am I saying? Here we go. It's fine. Do that. I think that's better, honestly, than that for later. They keep the gun out. Not a great pace. Not in sufficient disk space to keep recording. Okay. I mean, just use the stream then. It's fine. Like, really? That tight? I knew I was tight, I didn't realize I was that tight. Oops. Means I really gotta clear some space because there's some stuff I need to do. Oh well. Hope my internet doesn't crash. What, like, why? I got a cleaver. Just gonna, okay, that's fine. Didn't mean to pistol whip. Okay. Well, one of them can be used here, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Oh my god. So in this blind. Okay, great. Wow, that was very obvious that time. Sometimes it's not obvious, and sometimes it's really obvious. This was okay. Well, let me get out of here first. Yeah, it was okay.
This has to be right.
And supposedly one of my recordings is still going. Too bad the attic clip was poor. That was a pretty decent leverless. Other than the attic wasn't good. And of course I'm still screwing up the knives. But you know, not bad. Not too bad. Still like 2 minutes behind record, by the way. It's like 12 minutes. All right, let's jump across. This'll be it. Whatever happens, happens. There's a plane flying pretty low.
Alex, are you there?
I do not like hearing. It's not a jet plane. Some smaller plane. I can't believe I still have energy. I woke up at 5 in the morning. But here I am.
Wheeler,
I do feel
Wheeler,
weary
are you
though.
there? Wheeler, come in.
$25. Nice pace, straight into a wall. Not bad. Alex, where are you? Get that chair out of the way. Sure, I'll take it. Oh.
Go straight and head through the doors on the other side. Give me a sec while I get the gate open. Damn, the gate didn't open? It must be damaged. You'll need to find another way.
All right, Wheeler, I made it in. I'm gonna look around.
Oh. Okay, I'll do it. Interact with the thing. Come poop. Nice. This is good. It's good pace. Could split here too with the hands. Be the other place I would split. I think you should isolate asphyxia since asphyxia can get weird. Otherworld prison is,
Where the hell are we? I don't know, Wheeler, but we have to keep moving.
you know, it's really its own thing compared to regular prison. So there is a way to go out of bounds here, but it's apparently not really worth it on New Game Plus, so that's why we're not doing it. It's also very scary because you could fall out of bounds and die very easily. That clip is actually really simple. Then you're not worrying about Wheeler. That's a very thin door. Whoops.
Judge Hollow.
Wow, okay. Can scream again. Enough. Okay. I just need
Josh, wait!
solid layer, and I'm cooking with production. You can clip through that gate, but it's not faster, so there's no point unless you're trying to be fancy, which this run's fancy enough as it is. I love that the fade in, like, you can control. It's so funny. You just spin a little faster there, but whatever. Worked good. Worked well. Do work good. Down we go. Like that part is very SH2. Going down, going down, going down. They took a fair number of cues from SH2 for this game. This guy says going down. Yeah, a little slower. Why must this happen to me? How could you? I trusted you. Why must we do this to each other? I just want to move on with my life. That means that your life will not be moving on.
Bitch!
It's finished. He says that, but... right where you don't want it. He's fine, though. He's moving just fine. Jumping over windows. Like, jumping over barriers. But when the normal ending happens, you see him limping out, which is like, yeah, okay. Oh, I should not have shot him there. Oh well. Fortunate, but I'll just have to stabby stabby. It's okay. 4-hit combo is all you need in this game. Like, legit. Beautiful. Don't go back in the wall. Thank you. Ugh. Go through the door. I'm being too antsy with that. You need to let him reset for that door. It's really not that hard of a door. Well, not with the shotgun, that is. The old method, it sucked. Pew pew pew! Pew 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 pew! Be more dramatic, why don't you? Wow. That was quite the run. Nice. Very nice.